What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Poppy JT coming at you again with my Week 4 college football preview and analysis. Texas A&M versus Alabama. Um, is this an upset special? Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. I upload these predictions every week. The 3 games or whatever games I feel like doing. Predictions and analysis. And I break down what each team needs to do to win. So, Alabama versus Stanford. This game is either going to be a blowout or it's going to be really close. Somebody has to stop this Alabama team, and I think Texas A&M might be that team to do it. Now I know it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be It's going to be tough. This Alabama team is probably the best Alabama team we have seen in years. This offense looks unstoppable, and it's at Alabama, which makes it even more tough. How are they going to be able to stop Tua Tagovailoa, or however you pronounce it? But anyway, let's get into the offense versus defense comparison. Texas A&M offense versus Alabama defense. Texas A&M, is fifth in the country in yards per game with 196.3. 24th in the nation in passing yards per game with 311.3. They're 10th in rushing yards per game with 285 per game. And they're 21st in the country in points per game with 44.3. The Alabama defense is 25th in the country with 302.3 yards per game given up. They're 57th in the country in passing yards per game given up with 201, which is not accurate. They only give up that much. I think they're like top 10 in passing yards per game. But the only reason they're 57th is because they blow teams out so bad that they just put the reserves in, and the reserves give up the passing yards and stuff. So really, they're like top 10. And rushing yards per game, they're 24th, allowing 101.3 rushing yards per game. And they're 8th in points per game, giving up with 9.3. The Alabama offense versus the Texas A&M defense. Alabama is 14th in the country in yards per game with 544.7. They average 308 passing yards per game, which is 25th in the country. The 27th in rushing yards per game with 236.7. And they're number 1 in the country in points per game with 56.7. And Texas A&M defense is 48th in the country in yards per game given up with 338. They're 93rd in the country in passing yards per game given up with 251. And they're 14th in the country in rushing yards per game given up with 87th. And points per game, they're 21st. They give up 15 points per game. So the keys to victory that each team needs to achieve so they can win this game. Alabama's playing at home. They just need to be themselves. They just need to limit penalties and turnovers and take shots deep, because this Texas A&M defense is 93rd in passing yards per game given up. And Tua Tagovailoa probably has the best arm in college football, the best deep ball in college football. And believe me, it's going to be a big day. So I expect a lot of deep shots and trying to expose the Texas A&M defense. Texas A&M has to get pressure on Tua. That's the only way they win this game. Every opponent that Alabama has played so far this season has failed to get solid, legit pressure on Tua Tagovailoa. I want to see how Tua Tagovailoa handles being under pressure. We're yet to see him that. And Kellen Mond has to extend plays and make plays with his feet. Every team that has beaten Alabama has had a quarterback that has been able to extend plays, like Johnny Manziel or Deshaun Watson, and able to make plays with his feet. And when protection breaks down for Kellen Mond, which it most likely is, considering how good this Alabama defense is, and defensive line and pass rush, he's going to have to extend plays, because that's the only way you can beat Alabama. You can't just sit back in the pocket and expect to have all day to throw. You're going to have to extend time and give your wide receivers more time to get open from their routes. And also, when you do that, you tire out this defensive line, which Nick Saban has complained about. The no huddle, he says that it should be banned. Well, he thinks that it should be banned from college football. And his teams don't really do good when the quarterback is running around, the defensive line gets gassed, and that's how you beat this Alabama team. So I know I have upset alert in the title, but I'm not picking Texas A&M to win this game. I have Alabama winning this game. They're at home, and I just don't think. I think the Texas A&M offense can have some success against Alabama defense, but I don't think the Texas A&M defense is good enough to stop Alabama offense, which has been probably the best offense we have seen since the Nick Saban era. Since he came to Alabama, this is probably the best offense he's ever had. And I don't see the Texas A&M pass defense, which is ranked 93rd in the country, and stopping the pass, coming out and stopping Tua Tagovailoa in this offense. And I have this game being 42 to 31. That's going to be my final score. I'm giving Texas A&M 30 points, but most people probably have them scoring somewhere in the 20 range. But that's my prediction. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, comment.